Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is Unreal World, and we are back with our spirit quest, Resurrected. Athena of the Owl Tribe is with us. She is our main character, our heroine, our survivor, and she's doing pretty good, actually. So we are just south of our cabin. It's up north a little bit. We're zoomed in here on our beaver traps. This was a spot we set up, I don't know, a couple episodes back, and basically with the intention of hopefully catching some beavers at this location, because we did spot some early on, and like I said, I got anxious to maybe get some beaver pelts. So we've got a couple of large deadfalls and just a couple of little loop snares in case there's some ducks around or something. But unfortunately, it doesn't look good. But that's just how it goes. Passive hunting is like that. And if we check them two or three more times and there's nothing here, I'll just dismantle them, take away some of the more important resources like the stones, and set them up in another location. But the good news is we're out here on a hunt, and I actually saw an elk right over here in this tiny little patch of open area. While I was moving down to the trap location there, I spotted it across the lake. So it might be worth zooming in on a couple of these spots, and let's pull out so we have maximum visual range. Let's see, what is this? Also, we can use our little herb lore skill here. Bog flower. Interesting. That's a poisonous boy. We don't want to touch that one. We definitely don't want to eat it. Touching would be okay, but so we're on a shoreline here. Like I say, I'm just looking for any sign of an elk, basically. It's going to stealth mode. Actually, let's check our stealth skill. So it looks like we are Grandmaster of Skiing. Can't wait for next winter to come around. And I might try and craft up a new pair of skis so we can get like a really good quality if possible. But stealth, we're at 86%. We are master level. So we're getting better with it, no doubt. I like to try and use it as much as possible. Even if I'm not necessarily needing to stealth, I'll just use it to increase it over time. And it's really paid off quite a bit. But she also has a very high agility and dexterity. They're maxed out, so she started with a pretty good stealth skill too. Oh, it's time to eat, everybody. That is a special occasion too, because she's got herself a pot of tasty fish pelmeni. This is some sort of like fish and dumpling soup, I assume. We crafted it up at the fire just in the last episode, so it's time to eat it. And it actually, I noticed too, it actually completely gets rid of her thirst as well, so that's pretty good. I think we just ate the last of it though. Yeah, the pot itself weighs 3 pounds, but it was like 9 pounds of food total. So we had like some fish, some rye flour, water, and a board to like prepare it. And that was it. We're going to have to do that again. But speaking of which, there's some nets back home too in the water. So, and of course, since we're currently smoking meat back at our little cabin that we constructed, we have to pay attention to that and keep that area nice and smoky by lighting a fire like at least every other day, I think is a good rhythm. So in other words, it can't stay out here forever just looking for an elk, especially one that's I didn't actually encounter. So I think we'll just move on from this spot. This isn't a great spot to hunt anyway. See how restricted it is by the forest around it? We're better off if we head south a little ways, go past our lake area. Let's check out this squirrel. I'm interested in all pelts right now. We're not really hunting for meat, although meat is good for trading too, but I'm really more or less trying to get furs here. All right, it's not, in my experience, it's not great trying to hunt a squirrel in a dense forest like this. If we were in the plains or even just like a pine forest, we'd be a lot better off. But I'm going to grab our fowling arrow, which is kind of meant for this kind of game, small little game up in trees. And let's see. Yeah. Oh, all right. We might be able to get him. I'm just going to take a shot here and see what happens. Hits the spruce. Did it? Okay, yeah, it's not broken. Okay, let's wield it again. There it is. Where'd the stupid squirrel go? Oh, there she is. All right, let's take another shot at it. Oh, I don't want to waste too much time, and it's broken. Dang it. That's okay. Not the end of the world. We can just, that was our last fouling arrow, but I've got 6 regulars, and we've got 9 broadheads, including 6 fine broadheads. So That's actually, we're pretty well armed right now. But I think the squirrel got lucky, so I'm just going to leave him be, and we'll continue to head to our hunting grounds, look for some bigger game. All right. Well, you can see we're now out in the open pine mire, and it's just miles and miles of it, or I should say kilometers. But regardless of what system of measurement we're using, we did find some reindeer in this exact spot. That's what this X is here for. So I think we're going to try. It's been a couple of days, maybe about a week even, but I still see some tracks here. See them right in front of us? Let's check those tracks. Yeah, it says old reindeer tracks, but doesn't necessarily mean it's hopeless. So I'm going to search just a little bit. And I mean, we literally killed one of this herd, but the remainder could still be around. So let's see if we can find better sign. Oh, check it out. Check it out. So I hadn't spotted them on the local terrain map, so I have, kind of a little technique of just jumping back to the world map, maybe moving, and then go back, zoom in and out, essentially. And sometimes you can kind of scare them up like this, so you will encounter them on the world map. Not all the time, but it's one technique, so here we go. Now the problem is we don't always start very close to them. In fact, I don't even see them at this point, but, nope. We're definitely in the vicinity. There's a lot of tracks. We can jump back out. There's the one to the north. Let's head there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we've got one reindeer in our sights. There's probably others too, but that's great. Perfect. So let's get up close. Try and take a shot at her. Okay, it is a forest doe. She's running. So this is about as close as we're going to get this time. Let's go for it. Oh, right overhead. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I need to take off my paws. Take my leather gloves off. That should help us with our shooting. I'm going to grab a fine broadhead, hoping... Okay, she's a little bit fatigued, so I'm just going to move forward. Let me take a look at this. Is this the same one? It's the different one. That's a different one. Oh, she's a little closer. See all these little lakes and ponds around? That's actually really good for us. Oh, nice. Oh, it's unconscious. I was going to say, I see the blood all over the ground. I thought it was dead. See the red spot? It's just unconscious, though. So let me go ahead and wield my knife. Because I think we... Ooh. Okay, it just got back up. I'm going to start sprinting because I know it's sprinting. Let me see. Let's look at it again. I didn't even look at the injury. Suffering from deep puncture in the abdomen. It's a little bit fatigued. Let's see if we can keep up with it. There's my other arrow. Ooh, it's doubling back. See, that's what I was mentioning about the ponds and the lakes. The animals seem to get a little confused around them. They won't cross the water, so they'll like bounce around. Sometimes they'll run back towards you and stuff. So this is just all in all, the open area plus the lakes and stuff make this like the best hunting ground, this type of region. Oh, look, it dropped again. It's still not dead. You can tell because it still has that little blue arrow right there. That indicates the animal is still alive, essentially. It shows you what direction it's facing, too. But that indicates an animal that's still living. So I'm also still sprinting. Let's stop that. I want to look at these other reindeer. I think I actually put an arrow in one of these guys at one point. But anyway, it's not important. Or is it dead? No, not yet. Okay. It's still alive, so let's go ahead and blunt to the head. Okay, now it's unconscious. We'll repeat. Blunt to the skull. Blunt, it woke back up. Now it's unconscious again. Blunt to the head. Okay, now it's dead. Phew, that was a little tricky one there, but we're good. I can zoom in now. So, it is time to tie up the dogs. I'm going to grab my arrow too, and of course, we're going to skin and butcher the deer. All right, you guys. Well, we are back at camp. The deer is completely processed. The meat is being smoked, and I've got the second fine forest reindeer fur in my inventory. And in fact, I've picked up a whole bunch of that bear meat too, because we're going to go do a little bit of trade. Now, this isn't the big trade trip I've been kind of talking about. No, we just need to get up north into the Koivula, the yellow territory, take a look at the map real quick. Yeah, we're heading over here, just northwest of us, to this X with the little white dots by it. This is our masterwork blacksmith, and I think he said it'd take him 2 weeks, so we're at 13 days right now since we placed that order. So it's about time to get up there, and who knows, maybe there'll be a quest or something too. So I'm going to grab the dogs, of course. We don't go anywhere without the dogs. And look, if you notice on the ground there's actually food. Yes, I've been feeding them. Now, I don't think they're quite full yet. In other words, they're probably still starving, but I'm trying to get better with it now that we've actually got some extra meat and stuff. Oh boy, well, I just made it here to the village and I stopped to talk to the first person I saw just to see. There is a quest here. Looks like it's going to be some chores. So, first of all, I don't know who this is, but what keeps you busy? I mean, is there anything I can do to help out? Yes, mend this, fix that, gather, stack, store, prepare, so many things. I see. Just let me know if there's something simple I can do. All right, simple, simple. Ah, sure. We will need heaps of branches for firewood. So I've done this one before. It's pretty easy. Yeah, we'll do this. Sounds good. And we'll probably get some like squirrel furs, like 5 squirrel furs as credit. We don't get the fur itself, but if we want to buy something here, they could basically give us a little discount. So now I just have to stand right by this tree and just use my cut the branches, twigs down command. Do this about a dozen times, and that's it. Pretty simple. So I'm just going to pass this time here. Everything's fine. Don't have to worry about it. And it's good, too, because I think I'm a little bit early for the blacksmith. Let's see. How many do we got? 141. There we go. So that was it. Quick and easy, like I said. Let's go back to the dude. Is this him? There you go. Well, it appears you got the work done. Good. Now let's settle the reward. Sure thing. You've earned 5 squirrel hides. Very cool. All right. You know what I'm really looking for now is some salt would be cool. The wide trident might not be a bad piece, but there's a couple other things I might want. Of course, nets are good, but I think we bought the nets from these folks. Let me see. Is it possible that they get some more dogs ever? That'd be good. Nope, no more animals. All right. Well, I did talk to the blacksmith, and he said the order won't be ready till noon. But what I did was, in order to use those squirrel furs, I found some arrows. They've got a bundle of 14 arrows, and I threw in a little bit of extra meat just to finish the deal. So there we go. Now we got some extra ammo. There are 14 arrows. Beautiful. And I don't have to worry about constructing my own. We do have our broadheads in case we go up against like a big game like a bear, an elk, or a human. But yeah, the arrows will be good enough for everything else. Now, let's see here. It is still early morning, so I'm a bit tired. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. We'll just take a little nap here in one of these cottages. They won't mind a bit, and that should pass time. There we go, early afternoon. Now, let's find the blacksmith. I actually see him. He's right here. It's always the guy with the little apron, the little brown apron right there, and yellow shirt. Bam. All right, greet him. How's that masterwork? It's ready. I have it right here. All right. So this is a knife. It's the masterwork Scramasaki, something like that. But essentially, it's a knife, I think. Let's see. And I think it's for fighting. Offer an item. So what should we give him? Let's start with one of the furs. Needs to be doubled. Let's do 1 fur. I'd like to keep some of my furs. I brought them obviously for trading, but it's good to mix in a little bit of meat here too. Let's try 50 cuts of this bear meat. Offers 2/3. I don't know. You know what? All right, let's start this over. And I think I will just give him the 2 furs. That's probably just a few more things away. Okay, and we'll top it off with a little bit of meat, not too much. Do this forest reindeer. The bear meat's actually pretty valuable, and we can use it to hire a bunch of people if we want, but there we go. So a little bit of meat and the furs. Pretty good deal. That's a valuable knife. Let's take a look at it, actually. Masterwork. And what does it say? Also known as the power knife. In I can't pronounce that. In Unreal World language, the Vaki could be translated as power and force, specifically in meaning of vital force connected with supernatural powers. Okay, it has a long blade of 8 inches. So it doesn't explicitly say it's a fighting knife, but I'm going to be using that now. Let me look at this knife right here. This is a rather heavy knife. Esteems his knife, and he's usually great personal value to him. So this is the one we started with here. Interesting. That's a pretty good knife. Oh yeah, wow. This knife weighs a pound, 1.2 pounds. It is basically like a small sword or something. 8-inch long blade. Oh wow. So I'm thinking too. Now that that's done, let's put in another order. And you know what I want? I want actually like a small knife. Yeah, we're gonna do just a small knife, please. That will take, wait, half a week, so 3 or 4 days. That's sweet. Won't be very expensive in just a few days, which is good. So we need to get back home now at this point because, like I've mentioned before in previous episodes, we can't spend too long away from the fire. We need to keep that cabin nice and smoky. Otherwise, the meat can go bad. So we don't want to come to a whole big old pile of rotten meat. Also, by the way, as a side note, I did pull the nets out of the water before we left to come on our little trip here, just so that we don't get back with a bunch of spoiled fish in the net too. That wouldn't be good. We don't want to upset any of the spirits of the fish or the lake. Oh my gosh, look at this. We're literally one tile away from our cabin. The cabin's right here. And I just encountered an elk one tile away. It's in the forest, so this isn't like ideal, but there it is. I mean, there's no way it can hit it from here. Oh, there's an elk calf too. Wow. I mean, you can literally. Oh, I started like in the woods, like in the trees. You can see this area right here. This is our home area, literally. Yeah, we're just south. I mean, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna try and hunt. If it was the open, if it was like a pine mire, I would. But right now, we'll just hope that maybe it'll make its way. Oh yeah, there it is. It'll make its way down here to these traps I've got. I did set up 3 pit traps. I can see all 3 of them. One's right there, one's right there, and another one's over here. And they all have a little bit of bait. There's also a rabbit right there. But we're here now. Trying to think, should I unleash these dogs? Because we'll probably just go right back out on a hunt, you know? Yeah, I'm just going to drop off the furs and the meat, and we're going to get right back out in the field. Oh boy, guys. Well, we're down here in our hunting grounds, and there happens to be a human-shaped figure in the distance. We don't know what it is. It could be a robber, could be just a random person walking around that we can even hire. But this is our land. We've got to defend it. So she is tired. It's after midnight. Let's wait. Let's go ahead and sleep. See if they're here in the morning. They might disappear now that they've seen us with our pack of dogs. Who knows? Maybe they left the area. I don't see them anymore. Well. Like I say, we might have dodged a bullet there. Who knows? I haven't really tested her in combat too much. We did fight with the bear, but the dogs did most of the work. So let's chuck this spot back down here where we've already gotten 2 deer kills, I believe. That's in fact... Ooh, look at this. There's tracks everywhere. That's the deer skins that we just traded away came from this spot right here. And these tracks are very fresh, so I'm betting they're around here. Just got to search a bit, and we will probably stumble across. Now, again, as I mentioned previously, it's good. Like, if you don't see them right away, there you go. Jump out to the world map. See it? Right there, we kind of rustled them up, scared them out of the hiding place, and now we can encounter them. Let's see, I don't see him, but we'll go forward in this direction. There's him. Yep, I see him down there at the very edge. Probably the same herd that we originally have picked off a few from. He's got himself wedged in there next to some water. That's good for us. That often confuses the animals. Okay, he's running. Let's see. Oh, he slipped right through that little spot. We're going to chase him. We didn't get a chance to put an arrow in him, but maybe we will. Hard part now is the fact that, yeah, there's going to be a lot of tracks in this area. And that's just due to, us coming back here again and again and these animals sticking around. So hopefully I'm following the right ones. Very fresh, leading north. I think I'm going the wrong way. Well, no worries. We can jump back out and let's go to the X again. This is the routine. Go into stealth mode. We know there's one animal. Maybe we can catch him again. Let's give it a try. All right, there he is. I've got my sights on him. He is a little bit fatigued, but that's it. So I'm gonna, yep, we can chase him. I'm gonna put my sprint in motion. We'll run to this point and then we'll stop. Let's see. Again, the tracks are make it so difficult, but that's all right. I haven't given up, obviously. If we get lucky, we might come across him again and maybe be able to get a shot at him. Oh boy. Well, I gave up on the deer, sadly. I even removed the marker from the area. It was just north of our position there. But yeah, the deer's gone. No worries, no worries. There's plenty more fish in the sea. And we've got ourselves another human figure here. Let's encounter Vagabond Adventure. Whew, okay. Take a deep breath. It would tell you as you're encountering them if it's a robber or a Nerpezit or whatever, but this guy's cool. In fact, he's alone. He doesn't have a dog with him. Let's look at what he's got on him. But the fact that he doesn't have a dog means he might be willing to join us. He's got a broad knife, and that's it. A rope and fox fur, but he doesn't have a true like weapon, no bow and arrow, no axe. Nonetheless, I will chat with him. And who are you? Tepu, pretty well. Introduce ourselves. Now let's see if he'll join us. Nope, he's not interested. All right, buddy. Wait, does he want to trade anything? You do have some goods to trade. The fox fur. How much for the fox fur, buddy? Yeah, we'll definitely take that. I'll give him a couple swan cuts. Only a start for myself. Well, bro, how much do you want? Because I didn't bring a lot of meat with me. Tripled. I could offer him an arrow or two. Halfway there. You know what, bud? Sorry, but no. He's overpricing that fox for my friend. I'll tell you what. Yikes. But that's okay. We got out of there with our meat intact. And hey, yeah, we didn't get robbed in the process. But I did actually have to pop back up there and to our cabin and start the fire and stuff again. So I think I'm trying to make that a routine so we don't forget. And I'm going to head back up there again. So that was another wasted excursion. But I mean, it's not truly wasted. It's just we didn't get anything this time around. Maybe next time. Oh, wow. Check it out. So we did come back to the cabin, as mentioned, to start the fire. Just stepped outside in the morning. Actually, it's late evening, but it's morning for us. We just woke up. And look over here. There's that elk and her calf. So we might as well do a little active hunting. I mean, my traps are still up to the north of us. I should surround like our whole area, at least not necessarily the lakeside, but anywhere that's exposed to the forest. But just quite haven't gotten there. Nonetheless, let's try and move forward. I can go into stealth mode. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. They're going to go right into that forest. Yeah. I mean, I might be able to get like one shot on her, but is it really worth it? We're probably just going to lose the arrow. So I'm going to play it cool. We don't need that meat that badly to start losing broadhead arrows. But like I said, there's a few traps up here still. I guess I could take the time and dig some. Yeah, you can see all three of them here. None of them are triggered. Nothing yet. I could take the time and dig some more. Should we? Probably not a bad idea. Like I said, eventually I do want to kind of surround both sides of these with some of those pitfall traps. So, all right, I'll put the dogs in the kennel and we'll dig a few more holes. Okay, well, good news and bad news. I've set the traps. The bad news is while I was coming in here to grab the dogs, I accidentally stroked the hare's paw. Now, it's not the end of the world because it's not going away, but it did say when I looked at this thing, it has limited charges. Now, you're supposed to stroke it before you want like luck, whatever your next action would be. So I'm hoping that perhaps, I hope it doesn't count if I climb this fence. Maybe I shouldn't climb it. Yeah, let's just wait. I'm thinking what I'd like to do is try and make my next real action drawing my bow and shooting it. So maybe we'll get luck with that. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be a waste. But yeah, you got to watch it. Apparently, I don't want the weasel. Apparently, yeah, it's easy to mix up your lucky rabbit's foot with the rope. But no, I should just be more careful. In fact, there's no real good reason to carry it around. It's just a good way of getting it robbed or something. I should drop it back at home. But anyway, let's continue on with our hunt here. Like I said, we're back now. I've got some traps set at home, so maybe when we return to our cabin this time, there'll be an elk waiting for us. All right, well, it's almost been 2 full days, and this is the best I've come across, a hare. So I'll take a shot at it. Oh, no, we missed it. There goes my lucky action, probably. I'm not sure, but yeah, nonetheless, that was okay. Now I've got to head back home to the cabin. Didn't find anything down here, so we've got to get back and be responsible. Now, like I said, though, we could have a nice little present when we arrive. We'll see. I mean, it is likely that that elk is probably still there, or at least nearby. We're extremely tired. Let's see. All right, we're almost home. We can make it. Just push her a little bit, and she'll be right inside the fence. There we go. Back at home. So let's check here. I can see up to the north. All those traps are empty. I can't see over here, though. All right, I set 3 more, and there's 1, 2, which are empty as well. Come down here to the south, you can see the third one. It is also empty right there. Well, that's too bad, but I mean, this certainly isn't the extent of the traps. Obviously, I probably need to place a couple more here to the lake's edge, and I might even go through if I really, really wanted to and place a trap fence all along there and just leave the traps themselves, the trap pits, as the gaps. But let's see, do I have my shovel? No, I think I dropped it. Yeah, I'm trying to stay as light as possible so I'm not carrying around extra shovels or tools or anything. But anyway, we're just stopping off to light the fire and probably sleep for the night. So let's come inside the cabin, take a little snooze, and we're going to get back out there on the hunting path. I know it's been, like I said, kind of repetitive, just hunting again and again, but that's really what it's all about. And again, once we get to the point in the winter where we are ready to go on a trade, we're going to be glad for this. But, I've been thinking about it, and it would be fun to mix it up maybe in another episode or two. What we'll do is we'll explore some of the unknown regions, maybe over in this direction here. And what's possible is that we find a Nerpezit village, because this purple culture, the hostile Nerpez, they will kind of spread out. They'll start to establish more and more little colonies and bases and stuff. And if we come across one, maybe we can hire 10 to 15 guys to help us take it out. And not only is it fun to clear the land of your hostile, tribes, but it's also a great way to accumulate a lot of extra wealth too, because each one of them is going to have clothing and probably weapons on them. Sometimes even villages will have animals that you can capture or kill. But like I say, maybe we'll do that in the near future, go on a little exploration mission. The thing to do now, though, would be to let all my meat here kind of finish off without doing any more hunting, essentially. So we'll have a nice little couple of weeks where we can just go explore, and we don't have to come back to the cabin to start fires constantly, in other words. But that'll be the plan, I think, coming up, guys. Nonetheless, thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. I really appreciate you guys out there who have a love of the unreal world. I'm certainly with you on that. So brings me a lot of joy to share these episodes with you guys. But anyway, thank you so much, and I will see you all on the next one.